Hey, welcome back. This is a video lesson for Denominators for Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. So we're back at it. We are solving systems of equations using the substitution method. Yesterday was our introductory lesson. Today we are going to continue to work on solving these systems of equations. Remembering as we saw that these two equations they are related, they are connected, they share the same value for x and for y. And because of that, we can use the substitution method. We can use the value from the one equation, plug it into the second equation, and solve for both of these variables. Okay. Yesterday, it was a little bit easier because the first equation was already solved for y. It was y equals, I don't know, 2x plus 2. Today, the first equation is not solved for x or for y. So that's going to be the first step. In order to use the substitution method, we need to have x equals something or y equals something. So then we can take that value and plug it into our second equation. So if I look at this, I have x minus 2y equals -6. So I need to get it to say x equals something. My first step is going to be to solve for x. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rearrange this equation to solve for it. So if I want to get x by itself, x equals something, what would I do? Since I'm taking away 2y, I would add 2y to both sides of the equation. So I'm going to add 2y to this side because if I have negative 2y plus 2y, it gives me 0. If I do it to one side of the equation, I need to do it to the other side of my equation. So I'm going to add 2y to this side. And my new equation would be x equals 2y minus 6. Because since this is -6, it becomes -6. Okay, now we're ready to get down to business. Okay, so that's the first step. We need to solve for our variable. Now that I have x equals 2y minus 6, I can take this value of x and I can plug it in here in my second equation. I can substitute it and then go ahead and solve for, in this case, we're solving for y. Okay, so let's rewrite the equation. It would be 4 times my value of x would be 2y minus 6. And I would be adding, still that 6y is going to stay where it is. And that's going to equal 4. Okay. And again, let's review. Since I plugged in my value for x, that has gotten rid of my x variable. So now I still have two variables, but they're both the same one. They're both y. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to solve for y. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the distributive property of multiplication. And we're going to multiply 2y by 4 and 6 by 4. 2 times 4 would give me 8y. 6 times 4 would give me 24, so -24, because it's -6, negative times positive. And then I'm going to have that plus 6y, and we can't forget that all of this is equal to 4. Okay. Now, my next step is I'm going to combine like terms. So I have an 8y and I have a 6y. 8 plus 6 would give me 14. So I have 14y, there you go, minus this 24 equals 4. Okay. Now, next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my variable's on one side. So I'm going to add 24 to each side. -24 plus 24 gives me 0. Cancel each other out. I'm going to add 24 on this side, and that gives me 28. So now I have 28 on this side, and that equals 14y. Now, I'm solving for y, so I have to do the inverse operation. Oh man, I'm running out of room. So I'm going to divide this side by 14, and I'm going to divide this side by 14. 14 divided by 14 gives me 1. I'm left with y. 28 divided by 14 gives me 2. Excellent. So I have solved this equation, y equals 2, using the substitution method. But wait, I'm not finished. What I need to do now is I need to take this value of 2 and I need to plug it into my equation and solve for the value of x. So I'm going to take it up here and I'm going to plug it in for the value of y. So I have 2 times 2 minus 6. So 2 times 2, I should plug it in to show you. 2 times 2 minus 6. And my 2 came right down here from my value of y. I'm just plugging it in here. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 6 would give me x has a value of negative 2. How about that? So y equals 2, x equals negative 2. And congratulations, you just solved this system of equations. Now, work hard, ask questions. I'm here to help you. Don't forget this week, you do have IXL lessons that are due at the end of the day on Friday, and you do have a problem of the week about scale drawing due at the end of the day on Friday as well. So work hard, ask questions, and I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. Thanks, guys.